A truth we could see if we had, but... If we had... Faith! Cut!
Today we are going to be discussing Hail Caesar, the latest film by Ethan and Joel Coen. And to no surprise, it was very, very good. The Coen brothers always have such a healthy combination of story and style. They're able to come together to make truly a unique film. On the topic of the story, the film takes place in Hollywood in the 1950s and follows Eddie Mannix, a fixer or production manager who receives a ransom note that says a lead actor of a Sword and Sandals movie was kidnapped. It is about the chaos that erupts while trying to deal with the situation at hand. As a mystery movie whose advertising was left almost as vague as possible, I certainly won't be the one to spoil anything for you, but I will say that the Coen brothers made another fantastic film. Above all else, what I loved in this movie were the performances. In any film with a cast this great, you can expect to see some pretty phenomenal performances, but everyone brought their A-plus games and gave great performances. The best one had to be George Clooney, who was playing a stuck-up and rather dim-witted actor, and he is great in his role. He is so funny and delivers every line perfectly. Almost as good was Josh Brolin, who played a very serious character, but played it very well to the point where him being serious became part of the joke. However, when looking at the entire cast, they all did a great job. Both the veteran Coen brothers actors like Brolin, Clooney, Frances McDormand, and Tilda Swinton, but also newcomers like Ralph Fiennes, Channing Tatum, and Jonah Hill. They were all great in the movie and showed so much talent, and I can't even wait to see next year's award seasons to see if they're going to be having any nominations, which certainly would not surprise me. Another great aspect of this movie is the tone. Now let me stress, this is a comedy movie, and it was hilarious, but it also makes some really interesting points about Hollywood, religion, and the press. What I respected so much about this, however, was that the jokes didn't stop to make a point, but instead continued to make jokes while discussing some bigger issues. Don't get me wrong, this isn't an hour and 45-minute movie that comments about society and is all symbolism, but just like all of our favorite Coen brothers movies, they are there. I definitely want to rewatch this movie first, but in the future, I would love to discuss some of these points. This movie wasn't just a comedy, but instead was something more than that acted on so many more levels. Of course, the writing was great. It's no secret, the Coen brothers are really some of the best writers currently working in Hollywood. They have 2 Oscars for writing, and sure enough, this movie was so well written. In some comedies, jokes override the story, but in this, the story is part of the joke. One element plays off of the other and makes both even better. From beginning to end, the writing in this movie is hilarious, very relevant, and so far, my favorite movie of 2016. Now granted, I've only seen this one, but I definitely expect it to stay at the top for a very long time. The Coen brothers are great writers, but equally talented director. Every shot was perfect, and this was filmed by Roger Deakins, so sure enough, it looked incredible. The bustling backgrounds all look great, and all in all, you could tell that they put a lot of work into directing this movie, and it paid off. Almost every single part of this movie was perfect. My one complaint was that some of the jokes felt a little bit overplayed, but besides that, I have none. I'm going to give Hail Caesar a 4 out of 5 and a very positive recommendation. If you like other Coen brothers movies, you are going to love this one. However, if you're not the biggest fan of their other movies, this one pretty much falls in line with the rest of them. So, if you don't like their previous movies, you probably aren't going to like this one very much. However, the mass majority of us are going to love this movie, so if you haven't seen it, make sure you drop a comment and tell me what you thought. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe so you can join me next time.
You must have very strong forearms. Is it hard squeezing it like that?
It's part of the job, miss.